What's going on, guys? I hope all is well. I wanted to talk briefly about getting out of your comfort zone. And I thought about this because getting out of your comfort zone is the key to getting to the next level in your life. And a lot of people stay stuck in an area or stay stuck in a place wanting to get to the next level, but not willing to leave your comfort zone. And I thought about this because I was reading the book of Genesis. And I was reading at Genesis chapter 12, starting verse 1. And starting this, God is telling Abraham to leave his country. He told Abraham to leave his family house. And he told Abraham to leave his family, And in order for him to fulfill his purpose in Abraham, he needed Abraham to leave his comfort zone. He needed to remove Abraham from where he was so he could be able to accomplish his will, his purpose in Abraham's life. And I can imagine how hard that was to leave his country, leave his family, and leave his father's house. A lot of that feels familiar. He's used to it. He was used to it. Used to staying in his country. He used to staying in his father's house, and he used to his family. But it was a reason why, God wanted him to leave. Maybe his family would have been a hindrance. His father's house would have been a hindrance. His country would have been a hindrance. And a lot of times we have to remove stuff from our life in order to go where God wants us to go. And I thought about this in our lives. How a lot of times we're not willing to let things go. We're not willing to let a relationship go. We're not willing to let a opportunity go, a job go, anything. We let things hold us back because it feels good. It feels good to us. We are used to it, and we don't want to let it go. And I'm here to tell you that you have to let something go, and we all have to let something go. And I think it's going to be a process in our life, meaning you have to leave a comfort zone. And then once you kind of leave that comfort zone and go to the next level of your life, you may get comfortable in that new spot in your life, and that may start to be your comfort zone. And then God may want you to, leave that comfort zone to get to another level in your life. So I don't think it's going to be a one-time thing to where you leave your comfort zone and that's it. It's going to be a process in life, because I believe God wants to keep getting us to different levels in our life. Not just staying in one place, not just getting in one place and just being fat and happy and just, that's it. It's over. I stepped out of comfort zone. That's it. But it's going to be a process, and the process that we have to not be attached to things. Because I thought about, when the parable of the rich man with Jesus, I believe that's Matthew chapter 19, he wanted him to let go of his stuff. He wanted him to let go of his material stuff, his money, and the rich man couldn't do it. And he was attached to it. And we have to let go of our attachment. Attachment might be to people. Attachment might be to your job. Your attachment may be, to a person, maybe to your material items. Everybody has something. But it's very important, in hearing Abraham's story, to remove yourself from comfort and always try to reach towards the next level and not being stuck where you're at. Because I believe God wants to use all of us, but he's not going to force us. He's going to probably, he's going to, nudge. He's going to urge you, nudge, urge, and speak to you, try to speak to you. But it's up to us to listen. It's up to us to hear. And it's up to us to be obedient and doing what he wants us to do. But I'm here to tell you, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And once we get to that stage, I believe that's when life really happens. That's when we're able to do magnificent things and great things. Because I think about the people who died and left things on the table, meaning God wanted them to do stuff, or They had so much talent. They had so much abilities. They had books in them. They had um, music, or they had businesses in them. They had a lot of stuff in them, but they were afraid. They were afraid to move. They were afraid of what people thought, and they were just stuck. They were stuck in a state of fear, in a state of being comfortable. So be like Abraham. You may have to make a drastic move. You may have to, or maybe a smaller move, but still be uncomfortable. But be like Abraham. You may have to move out your country. You may have to leave a family. You may have to leave your father's house. You may have to leave your house. You may have to do something different. But always know that God wants to take you to the next level, but it may require you to leave something behind. So I just want to share it with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this conversation. If you can, hit that like button, subscribe, and definitely share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. I appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.